Apple is planning on launching a new music streaming service. They refer to it as Apple Music, and of course they want people to test it out before they purchase it, so they're offering a 3-month trial to anyone who's interested. Now, there was a huge issue with this because a lot of the artists, or actually all the artists that are going to be featured in the streaming service, weren't going to get paid during the free trial. As a result, Taylor Swift got really upset about it, and she wrote a very detailed Tumblr post indicating that it's unfair to not pay musical artists during this trial period. Now, interestingly enough, the executives over at Apple did listen to her arguments, and they have changed course. In fact, Eddy, who is an executive there, says, "We've been watching the discussion for the past week. We want artists to be paid for their work, and when we hear from them, from Taylor or from indie artists, we listen to them."
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
it was the indie artist.
Yeah. Okay, so I love that statement. Of course, that is a very carefully crafted statement. The reality is, Taylor Swift took her music off of this streaming service. She's like, oh, you're not gonna pay me during the free trial period? Then I'm done. Okay, so her music's gone. And at that point, Eddy was like, not just Eddy, but people working at Apple were like, wait a minute. If she's doing this, other artists, big artists, could follow suit, and then our business plans just kind of go underwater. Yeah. And so this is going to have a positive impact for the indie artists out there who don't have a voice. But of course, for someone who kind of looks at this story on its surface, it just seems like, oh, Taylor Swift, who's a multi-millionaire, is whining about not getting paid during this 3-month trial period, cry me a river. But overall, this is a good thing because the indie artists also weren't going to get paid, and they're the ones who usually do get screwed over. So I'm glad that this somehow has a positive impact on them.
Yeah, and I don't care that she's a multimillionaire. Mm-hmm. She deserves whatever royalties that she's got coming to her. And so she says, look, if you're going to buy my song, you're going to pay for it through Apple. That makes sense. But if Apple's going to stream my song, well, they should pay for it like radio does. Mm-hmm. So I guess she wants 2 bites out of the apple. But she's entitled to that, and of course she should get it. So Apple, I get why Apple wanted to do free for the customers for 3 months. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. 3
months is very generous, by the way.
Yeah, and no, because they got to get people to check it out, and I get that. But you know what? The part of the cost of that will be you paying the artists what you owe them.
Right. Now, Taylor Swift hasn't said whether or not she's going to put her music back onto this streaming service, but it is interesting that she just did not care. She was like, I'm taking my music out. Okay, and she can afford to do that. A lot of other artists out there can't. Now, the company will pay artists on a per-stream basis during the free 3-month trial, but Q declined to say what the rate per stream might be. So they are going to get paid. But on top of that, afterwards, it will pay music owners 71.5% of Apple Music subscription revenue in the United States. So.
Get it.
Man, I wish I was musically artistic.
I know. First thing I do is write a Christmas song. Okay, because that's going to get replayed every Christmas. Doesn't matter how shitty your Christmas song is. It always gets replayed 1,000 times during Christmas. So, yeah, I have no musical inclinations. I couldn't write a song or, God forbid, sing a song if my life depended on it. But whenever I see how much money musicians make 1 billion years after they wrote the song or sang the song, it drives me crazy.
That Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You song.
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't have to work again a day in her life. If she just did that song and nothing else, she'd be fine.
She made approximately $1 Brazilian out of that.
Ooh, Brazilian dollars. Yes. I like that. Yes. Get books right now.
Oh, you know what? Since people accuse me of being a secret Muslim, maybe I should do, because the only guy who, it's not a Christmas song, but it's still getting paid is Adam Sandler for the Hanukkah song, right? Maybe I should do the Ramadan song. That'll take off in America, won't it?
By the way, doesn't it say something about our country when people get accused of being secret Muslims? Right? Like, that's hilarious.
Accuse you of being a human being.
Well, anyway.
Wait, I already have my song, don't I? Wait, here we go. Christmas.
You know, someone wrote in and asked me what the name of that song is because he loves it and he wants to download it.
I don't know, man. Wait a minute. We're on to something. Maybe this is our Christmas song.
Maybe.